Hello, my name's Fiona, and this is my sketchbook. I decided to join the sketchbook challenge that was going on, where you take a sketchbook and just keep colouring in and keep doing drawings until you're finished. I work mainly in acrylics, and I'm not a brilliant artist. I just like what I do, and this has been intense. So much fun. I started doing this in May of 2024 and it's now July and I've completed the book and I believe there's about 200 pages. I'm not really sure. There's lots of pages. Right, this is my first attempt. I hadn't been colouring in for or painting for quite a while, so I was quite pleased with how it came out. I do have a love of toadstools, I must admit. The pages are a bit all over the place because I tend to do different orientations while I'm working. This is my second toadstool. Didn't come out as well as the first one. Not really impressed with that, but hey, it's all practice. This was just generally put some shapes on a page, colour them in and see what happened. And I was using acrylic felt tip pens for this, which was quite nice to work with, but they do take some practice. This little moonscape can be seen from either direction. I really enjoyed doing this. This was pure acrylic paints and I love splattering. This one again was done with the acrylic markers and it was different. I wasn't sure if I really liked it by the time I finished. Another moonscape done with slightly different colours. I really enjoyed doing this one. It was fun. This one is Bohemian. They call it Bohemian Abstract for some reason. Basically, you put shapes on a page and then draw over the top of them. I actually love doing this. This is very natural to me to do this. It suits my style. My very first attempts at doing cups, I'm not very good at them, I must admit. But I've got better as I've gone along. But I do like the way this has turned out. The little compilation of it is quite cute. And then, oh, let's fold it over, it'll be easier. Just a simple little abstract scenery. I was having some fun. I just decided to throw some hearts on the page. I love doing things like this. This is just silly and it's fun and it occupies your time. This one's gave an Easter vibe to it. I don't know why, but it was just a matter of doing another abstract style painting. This one I actually done upside down in the book, so I'm going to have to turn it again in a moment. This is another one of the Bohemian abstract art pictures. I actually love the shades I used here. I love this colouring. Then, obviously, I was having a funky moment and went in for some bright pinks. This was fun, actually. It was quite fun to do. I do like taping off. I use a lot of washi tape while I'm working. Bright seaside vibe. And this one I enjoyed doing as well. It's fun to just splurge paint on the pages. I'm hoping you can see these properly. This is all new to me, videoing. Carrying on with the seaside vibe. I really loved how this turned out. It's bright, it's funky, it's cheerful. This one, as my husband pointed out to me, can be turned upside down and looks just as good either way round. But again, another Bohemian abstract, which I do find are enjoyable to do and look very effective. This I have a giant one of upstairs. I decided to do a smaller version of it. I'm not sure if I like the colour scheme I used. It's a little bit too orangey for me, but it still came out nice. I like doing this one. This was fun. There's so many hedgerows in here. It took me hours to sit there doing all the stupid little dots. Softer moment. This is lovely. So pretty. Came out really nice. And I wasn't at all pleased with how this one came out. My perspective was well off on this one. But hey, it's all practice. And that's what the fun of doing these sketchbooks are. This one, I loved how it came out. I not very often do things like skyscrapers and things. I don't normally do buildings, but I decided to give it a go. And it's all practice, and that's what the whole of this, the idea of this book is, to keep practicing until you get things how you like them, and you figure out what your style and your colour schemes are. Obviously, I am a bit of a spiritual person, so the word peace had to come in here somewhere. Now, this one I like. It came out really well. It's a really nice moody feel to it. I do like doing these black on colour pictures, but this one, I'm still not happy with it. I've done it twice on the page and I'm still not happy with how it turned out, but it was practice and I'm learnt a lot from doing it. This lady here, I love the way it all came out. This is the sea. My husband looked at it and went, "What are you doing with that poor woman?" I said, "She's the sea. She's coming out of the sea." But there you go. It's just another idea. This was my second attempt. I can't even speak now. Attempt at doing a cup, and it came out much better than I expected. I love doing this. This sort of style of art really suits me. So I went on and done a frappe while I were at it because, well, why not? Then we've got a lovely little cactus. I'm sorry about the screen. I can't get this setup worked out how I want to for the camera. And this was the closest and safest way of doing it. But I love this. I loved, really just enjoyed the whole process of this one. This one was cute. It's come out cute. This one will be up on sale when I eventually scan them all. I love that one. I just thought it just came out so sweet. Some bamboo. Of course, you got to have some bamboo. And then we went back to some abstracts. And I do like doing abstracts, but I was playing with colours. I made up this batch of colours myself and just kept going until I ran out. Another abstract scape. I thought it was a bit different to put this moon. I said moon. It's not the moon. It's the sun. Put the sun in a different colour scheme. This is always fun to do. Lots of little squares. And then just put patterns and pictures on them. It's a great way of learning brush techniques. This one I was playing with washi tape. I actually taped off the areas and painted the background first. I painted it there into it so that you've got weird coloured rainbows trees, and using the same method of taping off and then painting, I gave this lovely birch tree effect. It's a lovely little scene. I enjoy doing little summery scenes because that suits my personality. This one, I had great fun using washi tape again. I taped off all the areas that I wasn't going to paint and then painted the areas that were left in between and then pulled the washi tape off. And it came out so funky. These two were complete washi tapes, and as you can see, I just continued the theme from one page to the next. Basically, I splurged a load of colours onto the page, then washi taped the areas I wanted to keep and blacked out the areas I didn't with more acrylic paint. And the effect is quite stunning. Again, different version, same idea. Washi tape and splurge all the colours on first and then put your black on and black out. It's like reverse painting. It's quite fun. I really enjoyed doing that. And there's some weird and wonderful swirls because why not? These didn't come out anywhere like I wanted them to. The original idea was to have the hand a little bit more prominent on this one, but I overcoloured it, so I've just left it as it is. And then so I tried to do it again. And this time I didn't put enough colour in, so it's all practice. I'm sure I'll have a go at that one again at another stage. These I just enjoy doing, little words and then just decorating the page. They're just so cute. And before you ask, that says heal. They're right, I did this one first. And I wasn't 100% happy with it, but I thought it came out nice. So I did it again 2 months later, and you can actually see the difference in how I'm painting 2 months on. It's quite incredible how different they can actually look. There's no thing, I can't even say my words again. There's nothing wrong with actually just going and redoing something. Some little plant pots done with an abstract style with little heart flowers. I just thought that was cute, and I will redo this again because all the pots are lopsided. And this little house scene, this little scene in the village, that came out beautifully. I like this style, but I was actually inspired by somebody else's, so I copied the style. But I liked it. My husband loves this picture, but I'm not sure if I'd do that style again. A peacock, because obviously anybody who knows me, I love my peacocks. And I just love using all the pinks and the purples because they're pretty colours. And the same here. It was a follow on using the same colour paints, but obviously in a different style. A moment of madness that didn't come out quite how I wanted to, that style, but it's different. It's quite pretty. I did enjoy doing this though. This was trying to use a more softer palette, and I like the way it came out. I think it's rather dreamy. This, I love doing Buddhas, and I really was pleased how this come out because just working in monotone colours is quite hard, and it came out quite pretty. Another strange little whimsy house scene, just for the fun of it. Some nice little abstracts. I just like doing shapes and colouring them in. Obviously, if you've ever had any of my colouring books, you'll know I like to put a lot of detail into things, and this gave me the excuse to put a million dots on a page. This is another little whimsy scene of a house. I enjoyed doing it, but I'm not 100% happy with how it came out. It's okay. Now this, on the other hand, I absolutely adore doing. This again is Bohemian abstract art, and I just love how it comes out. It just so pops on the page, whereas the next two didn't pop quite as much, but they're nice. They're okay. Less is more when it comes to colours on these. I think I made the mistake of adding one too many colours and actually trying to brighten them up, whereas they shouldn't have. These are the sweetest little mushrooms. Oh, there goes my camera. The sweetest little mushrooms that I've ever painted. I just decided to put silly little faces on them and they look so cute. Some simple little flower designs. Sometimes it's nice to do something a little more simple and just get straight to the point and just paint something. That page I love. I just love how that came out. I was practicing a different technique where you put two colours on the end of a brush that's slightly different. And they seem to come out really nicely. That one, yeah, that was a moment, but still nice. That one, I was again practicing the two-tone, but it didn't quite come out quite so well this time. Back to the washi tape and taping off areas and painting. Again, I used the acrylic paint pens for this one. You can tell because there's lots of little tiny lines. A triple coffee. I do enjoy doing these. They're fun. Doing cups are fun, but I'm getting to the stage where I'm getting... At first, when I was doing these, I was just sketching out roughly what I wanted. Later on in the book, you'll see I actually get a little bit more precise and they all line up nicely. A little scene. It's always fun to do trees with flowers. I love blossom trees. And as you can see, I got a thing about nights. This one, I loved. I loved how it came out. I just love how that bottle came out. I've never done really glass before, so to actually get it to look like it was glass really made me happy. And obviously I've done this one upside down, and it's just a nice little simple vase scene with flowers and some leaves. I do like it. It came out as cute. Let's turn the book back round. Now, this one's, I decided to use these colours and just go for a set of colours. I had mixed up the purple, the peachy colour and the yellow, so obviously you had to go with it. First I've done this Bohemian match, which came out much better, and you can actually have this in any direction. It really has come out so that you could hang it any way that actually tickles your fancy. And somebody actually commented on this on Twitter saying it looked like the 1950s. It was supposed to be a Neapolitan ice cream. And I think I achieved what I set out to do on that one. Another cup, as I said, you can start seeing when I'm starting to be a bit more precise because the lids and everything are starting to look better and starting to come together. That one, I just had a crazy moment with the pens and decided I was doing a weird, wonderful rainbow effect and doing little hearts and everything. I really enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed doing silly stuff. This one was another moment. I like him. I'm gonna hide him from you. Just using colours and circles, nothing else. And it came out quite cute. This one, I went back to how I used to draw when I used to be an illustrator. And I think my little Ollie the owl came out beautiful. His eyes are so cute. He's got those big, I love those big, oversized eyes. A really terrible tree. There's no real form in the trunk there. I'd put it down myself as a failure and wouldn't really normally show it, but there you go. My little chick, he's the early bird and he's catching his worm. That was fun to do. It wasn't as cute as some of the animals I do, like these. I mean, he is unbelievable. My little hedgehog, Ollie the hedgehog. He's cute as anything. He came out so nice. And the little mouse, he was fun. It was just something different to do. I don't even know why I decided to do a mouse, but there you go. These I love doing. These are abstract landscapes and they come out so pretty just using the different colours and putting some sort of path and a few little trees on. The vibe they give is so nice. I'd quite happily hang these on my walls. And then we've got obviously some very bright ones. I was obviously having a bright day. And another Bohemian abstract art version. And of course, because my daughter and my granddaughter and my little sunshines, that was dedicated to them, I decided to do a bright sunshine and write the words on it. Another little whimsical house scene. I think I put a few too many windows in this one, but hey, it still came out nice. Another one of these abstract scenes with the colours, at this time a night scene, and I think they came out so beautiful. I actually love that one. Then we were playing with some shapes and some circles and washi tape and taping off areas. I actually painted all these areas first and then blacked out afterwards. So they come out quite funky when you do that. I think I've just turned my book upside down. No, I haven't. These two are watercolours in the background. I actually used watercolour paints and bubbled them and blew bubbles with a straw and made all the bubbles go onto the pages. Then put the little abstract drawings over the top. They come out lovely. They made a lovely background. It was a great fun little thing. Very messy. I was covered in paint. These are just two lovely little basic drawings of flowers and vases and pots. I do like doing simple things, but the longest part of this was making the checkered background, which I had to put on first. And that was all taped off and then taped off the other direction. And that took some work. Fruits. I was practicing my fruits. I haven't done fruits in a long time and I was very pleased with how all of these came out. And then we were just decided to have a crazy moment and use black pens and black out areas and with a funky little background. I think they came out quite pretty, although I was a little bit too crazy on that. It wasn't how it was meant to come out, but there you go. And here we have another little abstract scenes. I do like doing these where they just have little random colours put into them. Another one of these funky, let's use how many colours we can use on a page. This came out nowhere near how I wanted it to. The roses are absolutely awful, but the effect is there and you can see what I meant to do. These I love. I love how these came out. They're bright, they're funky, they would make amazing posters for walls. Again, I enjoy doing strange little abstract, but then abstract drawings, as I was going to say. But then I was always an illustrator, and simplicity suits me sometimes. These are my donuts. I love my donuts. How the donuts come out and the little cupcakes. You just want to go and eat them, wouldn't you? Then we done some ice creams, and then we did some macaroons, but they came out looking rather boring, so I put little silly faces on them, and they just popped. It just brought them to life. This little sheep is done in white. It's very hard working in white on a cream background, but she came out really cute, super cute, and so did the little llama. I love the llama. It's got a real Mexican feel to it. Then we decided that we were going to have some stained glass windows. And I love doing stained glass because the effect is so pretty. Personally, if I had a house that I owned, I'd have lots of stained glass windows because I just love all the coloured lights. Another little mushroom scape. This one came out beautifully. As you can tell from the first one I did to this one, I've improved a lot in 2 months. Another little abstract scenery. This time I decided to do the colours in the trees in weird colours, and I think they came out quite effectively. This one, the page is actually split, that's why I've still got washi tape. Just an abstract, just having a little bit of fun. And I decided to do a little moonscape with the ballerina dancing, and I think that came out so cute. And the final one, the end as she's walking away into the sun. And that's it. That's my whole book. I hope you enjoyed seeing it, and hopefully I'll do some more.